So we are good to go. So now this is our, as I explained in the last class about different charts, as I explained. So this time around, we want to commence our data visualization. And like I told you, it's not all about the picture. Majorly that counts, but majorly that's what you are trying to explain. So what you are trying to explain is the major thing. So now let's bring in our data set. Okay, probably we should still continue in our financial data, what's it called? Our financial and clean data. So I believe this was the one we built. So let's just continue from this. This was the one we built in Excel. So let's build something like this that we built. Do you remember the one we built in Excel? This was the one we built in Excel. So we are going to bring out something like this in Power BI, but we will see the difference. This is in Excel. We're using the same objectives, but this time around it will be in Power BI. So let's start. So the next thing is that how do you bring your data sets in? After you have this in, this is your Power BI. How do you bring your data set? You can read it in from here, get data from another source using this, or you understand, you just come to your, file, you come to your get data. Now when you click on your get data, it asks you which data set do you want to, is it CSV? Is it Excel workbook? If it's Excel workbook, I'll click on Excel workbook. Then it's taking you to go and pick where you have your data set. So it's telling me to go and pick where I have my data set. So I'm looking for where I have my data set. Okay, so I have clean financial data. That's what I want to use. So then I click on it, I click on open. So you wait for it to load. So just hold on for it to load, it's loading. You can see it's connecting. Just hold on, it's gonna take a few minutes, good. Now it shows me that everything, don't forget we have ETL and ELT, do you remember? Extract, transform, and load, like I told you while explaining. So that is the same thing we are having here. That is the same thing we are having here. So now he's asking me that he brought out all the sheets I have in the data I want to bring. He's not asking me which one am I bringing. Am I bringing in this alone or bringing in the, so he showed me the three. Financial data set, clean, financial data set. Which one am I bringing in? I'm bringing in the clean. But let's say I want to bring in the rough one that is not clean. I'll just click on this. Just this one so that I can clean it. So now, I've clicked on this. I'm going to check it. It's checked. I'm only bringing this one alone. I'm not bringing everything. So now, if I want to transform means if you want to clean. So I can click on my transform instead of loading. We have ELT and ETL. ETL means after extracting, I want to clean before loading. ELT means after extracting, I want to load before transform. But this time around, it's better with transform. I'll click on my transform. You wait for it to load it to Power Query straight up. So you wait for it to load. You can see it has brought me into Power Query. I believe you remember Power Query in Excel. So here we are right now. Wait for it to load. Good. Do you remember the same Power Query? The same Power Query we have in Excel is the same thing. The major thing is that you check, that same procedure we have in Excel. That's just why I need to bring it down here for you. You can see. So you come here, you do your cleaning, what you want to do there. So everything still the normal procedure that we did in Excel. So that's the same thing. That is, you check ABC. This one is ABC. Do we have any empty rows? All those things so. That's it. Country is in ABC already. Products. I have my product here. I have my discount band. Those ones in green is actually cleaned. Now unit sold. Let's say I want to change the data type for this. Unit sold is in O number. It's already in O number. You can see here under your home. The same home transform we have in our Parkway. That's the same thing here. It doesn't change. So manufacturing price is in what? Desi number. Sales price. So this is where you change the type. If you want to change the type, you come here. This is where you change the type. So we can see our everything is accurate. This one also is in decimal, profit. Now date is date in date format, also date format. You can see they are clean. So, but if you want to clean your own, you can still run your cleaning. Let's say you want to clean the empty cells, in place you have empty rows, you can. That same thing we have there, sometimes. And let's say you don't want to bring in everything, you want to remove some that you don't need. You can also, bring it in anyhow you want to put it, anyhow you want to put it. So I want to arrange my, what's it called, to come in beginning, my dates. So I'm trying to, I've dragged it, you just select and drag. So you can just see it's just our normal cleaning, our normal Power Query. So nothing, no differences like that. So no differences like that. So you can see I've dragged my dates here. I've dragged my date here, my segment. You can see my dates. So the same procedure also, clicking on that arrow, you want to sort, you want to remove empty, if you want to remove empty cells, same procedure. That's the same thing here. So it's just like the same thing. You want to run your filtering, probably they told you to, filter probably in years. You come to date filters. What did I want to filter? I click on my years. Is it year? Is it year to date? All those things. So, or you can just click on custom filter to run your filtering. Let's say, for example, you were told to, bring out for 20, probably 2024 alone. You come here to say, okay, value, blah, blah, blah. The clause you want to bring in, if it is basic, okay, keep rows where dash equal to the value. You can use your dates. So let's say we want to run for probably 2023 alone, equal to, I'll just click on equal to. Now I'll click on this column to bring it out. Which one? Let's say we are working for, they told you to only analyze for 2020, let's say 2022 and 2023. So you can see the date is already there. So I can just select where is my first 2022. You click on where you have your first 2022. Then on your add, equals, you can see equals is after equals, and equals, same thing. This and equals to, we are filtering 2022 to 2023 alone. So the last date in 2023 is what I'm going to click. 2023, the last date there. Okay, this is the last one. I'll click on it. You can see. So if I press OK, it will filter only that. So it's telling me it is empty, which means there is no, what's it called there? Probably there's no details regarding that aspect. So what will I do? So I can just remove. So do you remember your Power Query now? So if I want to remove now, instead of me to just use on, I'll just come here, click on X here. You can see it's back. So that's just, I'm just giving you an example. Same here also, let's say you want to work on a particular segment. Let's say they told you that you should only pick for government. I'll just come here. I can check all and click on government alone and press OK. You can see it will only load where we have government. You can see. So these are the only details of government alone. So I'm just showing an example how we can run any, any cleaning, anything you want to run here. That's the same procedure to run it. So, after you're not done with this, the next thing is now you click on your close and apply. So you leave it for it to load very well. There are penny changes in your close that have been applied, apply changes. So apply changes, you wait for it to load. You are getting there. Good. You can see it's loading. You can see this part. This part is loading already because our stuff is loading here. So it's loading here. So let's say, for example, if you're having 2 or more tables, where it brought out different sheets in that file we are bringing in that data set we are bringing in, that's where you're going to select 2 or more tables you have together. And what do I mean by 2 or more tables? Because of our time, we would have probably tried creating some tables. What do I mean by 2 or more tables? Let's say, for example, you have, let's say, for example, you are working on a table that consists of, probably they told you you are given a library data set, and in that data set, it consists of 3 tables. You know what I mean by 3 tables, right? That is, in that data set, we have table 1, we have table 2, we have table 3. It might be different data set, it might be the same depending. Some you can be working on some projects whereby the tables can differ. What do I mean by the table? That is probably the data set. Let's say, for example, you are working on a library project now, and in that library project, you have a separate table that asks for books that consists of book ID, title, author ID, and general. And you have another table that consists of authors table alone, making two. And in that authors table, the columns there are author ID, author name, nationality. You now have another one that consists of loans table. Everything is still under library. That is the major thing. A librarian call you and tell you, okay, come and help us in visualization, or probably come and help us in analysis. And that table, you are seeing 3 tables. You don't need to panic. The same way we brought in those tables is the same way you're going to bring in the 3 tables. You add them together. This is one table now. If I want to bring another one, same procedure file, I'll bring in another table, I'll bring in the 3 of them. So that is when you now come into models. The model we did. Okay, I think we just spoke about it. So that's the same thing. You now come in and start doing your, joining those models together, the one you want. And what do we mean by data models? Data models is a structured framework that connects multiple tables. It works for multiple tables. Then when you have in 2 or more tables, like I explained, the different tables you have in that library. So you now make use of your data model to connect all those tables together to each other. So it's just like you saying building a skeleton for reports. So instead of having one giant or messy table, that is instead of having one table, so with all your information like an Excel sheet with many columns, so you can now break those data into small logical tables and then define the relationship between them. So that is where you now have your data model. That is this part that we have model V. So let's say, for example, this one is just one table. Let's say we have different tables here. Let's say we have different tables. It will be easier for you to what? To run your table, to create your models here. It will be easier for you to create what? To create your models. So I think we're having, 2 tables now. It will be easy. We'll just create our models. Another one will be here. I don't know we're having 3 tables. Another one will be here. Another one will be here. But this time around, we only have 1. So it's just like saying, what do you want to create down? It's just one table. But when you're having 2 or more tables, that's what I'm trying to explain. So you come to your models to join them together. The one you want to bring in, the one in our next class, I will try to create different tables that we can use so that we can treat models in our next class. So let's proceed. As you know, this is your table view and this is your dashboard. Now, this is our dashboard. So this is our data set. It has been loaded already. Now, when you have summation, though we can actually we can create calculated tables. The way we have calculated here, the one we did. So don't forget we are using this. We have calculated here to calculate total sales. You can see. So to calculate total sales, the way we have it here, that's the same way we want to build it also. So we have total sales here, unit code. So we can create a what? We can create a calculated, what is it called here? So we can bring it in here. So that instead of having all these things all together, we'll now add it separately. Don't forget in Excel, we add it separately also. So that is just how we, we run that. And that is DAX. We're going to do that in our next class. But this time around, let me just explain your visuals, how you bring in different visuals and the like. So in our next class, we'll discuss the model view. We'll discuss DAX so that we can have a DAX, so that we can have calculated, and we can have so many things. So now, let's follow our objectives that we have here in the Excel. We are using the same data set. So let's follow our objectives. So what is the first objective? Before that, we have total sales, we have unit code. So I'll just do a normal stuff for you. Before you commence anything, you need to know your objective. My objective 1 is sales by product, top 5 product by profit, segment average sales, product by profit in USA and Brazil, or let's just say products by country, then average sales by country. So these are our objectives. We are still making use of the same one. This is Excel, but we are bringing in Power BI formats now. So firstly, I told you anything you want to do, you draft your sketch. So we need to just use this one as our rough sheet, or we can just bring it in directly, anyhow you want it. What do I mean by rough sheet? Bring out your objectives straight up. So the first one is what? Objective 1 is sales by product. before you start designing, first of all, bring out your objective. Sales by what? Product. Now, this is talking about product, sales by product. So we have the different bar. First of all, you click on which one do you want to use? Sales by product. If you check the product category, you can see it's long. So I'll prefer to use what? This format, which is, you know, we have bar chart and we have column chart. So I'll prefer to use my bar chart. So I'll click on my bar chart, stacked bar chart. So when you click on it, it will come here. You can see this is it. So we are running a what? Sales by product. Where is my sales? This is my sales. So I will drag my sales. We have y-axis, and you know, I told you drag and drop is Power BI. So sales and product. So I will drag my sales. You can see I'll drag my sales to x-axis, or you click on it here you want it. So I will just drag sales to x-axis. You can see it's there. And after dragging my sales to x-axis, the next thing is what? My product. Where's my product? This is my product. I will drag my product to y-axis. You know what x-axis is? X-axis is the down, y-axis is the top. You can see it's here already. I've dragged it. This is my sales by product. Product is in y-axis, sales is in x-axis. You can see. So it's just like the same format. This time around, Power BI makes it easier. So you can bring in all your objectives. After that, you now start designing. The next one is what? Top 5 products by profit. Top 5 products by what? By profit. Top 5 products by profit. This time around, this one will be featuring. So, but before you filter, you need to bring it out also. Top 5 products by what? By profit. Let's say I want to use, you know, it is top 5. So let's say I want to use this second one, column chart. Oh, sorry. You need to click outside. Sorry. After you're done with this, you click outside so that it won't affect each other. The next one, top 5 products by profit. I'll click on column chart. It comes in, column chart is here. So top 5 products by profit. I'll drag my profit to my x-axis. Then I'll drag, okay, my profit, I want it to be my y-axis because it is what? Column chart. Profit should be here, and I want my product to be here. This is y, and this is x. So you need to understand that. Then I'll drag my what? My product. I'll drag my product to x-axis. You can see we've done for this. But this time around, we are talking about top 5, not everything. So in your top 5, you'll come to filter. You can see filter. This is your filter here. That is where you make your private top 5. You can see some of products. This is the product. Some of products that I want to do. Filter on this page. What did I want to filter? So this is where you run your filtering. So filter on this page. What am I filtering? I'm filtering the top 5 products. Yes or no? So you drag the, what is it called? The top 5 products. You drag the top 5 products. You know, it's already arranged. You can see descending, like I told you, from the highest down to the lowest. So which one is the top 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see. So this is the top 5 from here down here. So I can decide to just use my basic filtering to just click on alpha, nano down to alpha. Or I make use of what? Top N. I click on top N. Now he's asking me top N, top what? You press top 5. Now, which value do you want to use? Show items, top 5. Add data field here by value. What is data field I want to add here? I will drag my what? Profit that I'm making use of. I'll drag my profits down here. I'll click on it. You can see sum. That's what I want to use. Then I'll just click on apply filtering. You can see automatically it brought in what? Top 5. Automatically it brought in the top 5. Sorry, am I communicating? Am I communicating before I proceed?
So.
Okay, me there, am I communicating? Rokibat, am I communicating? Ibidu, am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now let's go back. So you can see how we're able to bring out the top 5 straight up using our featuring plan. So you can see this one is also easy, is very easy. So we've done for the second one. The next objective is what? Segment by average sales. Segment by average sales. And this one, we want to use pie chart. This is pie chart, this is ribbon chart. Don't forget, when we're talking about these different chart practices and where we are going to use them. So don't forget. So we have our what? We have our segment by average sales. So we can use our ribbon chart, or we use our donut chart. We can use our donut chart, or we use our pie chart, depending. So if I want to use my donut chart, I can click on my donut chart. They still work together because it's still majorly for what? For proportions. Don't forget, your pie charts or your donut chart are for proportions. So if I want to use my donut chart now, so I will click on it. What am I working on? Legend means the separate ones. That is the separate legend, the colors, the separate colors. So what will I drag to legend? The objective says what? Segment by average sales. So I will drag my segment. I will drag my segment to legends to give it different colors. You can see. Then values. We are working on what? Average sales. Don't forget, average sales. So you drag your what? Your sales to values. Though it will give you some, but you're not working on some, you're working on average. So I'll click on the arrow beside. You can see the arrow beside here. I'll click on it and I'll tell it average. I'll click on average. So it brought out the average sales. So if I drag, you can see we have our ribbon chart. You can see this ribbon chart makes sense. We can decide to bring in something in between also. But let's go. We are getting there. Now the next one is what? We want to bring in product by profits by country. I want to check for the products by profits in USA and Brazil. Products by profits in USA and Brazil. So what are we making use of? We can decide to make use of column chart or bar chart. So let's say we want to make use of let's make use of our column chart. So you click on your column chart. What are we working on? Product by profit and also in country. So which means my x-axis, you know where your x-axis is? Your x-axis, I want to have my x-axis. What I want to have in my x-axis? I want it to be my products. So if I drag my product to x-axis, you can see it's there. Then the next thing is what? Product by what? Profit in USA and Brazil to check the profits in USA. But instead of that, let's just say, okay, let's leave it that way. Profits, so that we won't confuse product by profit in USA and Brazil. So the next one is what? Our y-axis, yes or no? So what's my y-axis? My y-axis, I'm bringing it product by profit, the profit side. I drag it in. So we have our product by profit. But don't forget, we are only working on what? Different, what is it called? We are working on just for USA and Brazil alone. That is what we want to see. So what are you going to do? You drag that in your what? In your featuring. This is your featuring. So I will drag my country inside filter on this page. You can see I will drag it in here. So here is where I will just come here to what? I'll drag downward. I'm only picking for what? USA and Brazil. Brazil. I'll click on USA. You observe that it affected everything. Should you understand? It affected everything. If I click on USA and Brazil, you can see everything changed. So that's what? It's because I'm making use of what? To filter on this page. I'm on this page. That's the reason. So you can see, because I'm what? I'm on this page. But I don't want it to affect everything. If I don't want it to affect everything, what will I do? Let me undo. I want to undo because I don't want it to affect everything. Good. So if I drag, let's see what will happen if I drag it to, I drag it filter on this page, and this is page 1. That is why it's affecting everything. So let's see, if I click on add data feeds here and I click on Brazil, you can see it's only affecting this side alone. You can see the difference. So I'm clicking on Brazil and USA. You can see it only affected this instead of all this. What happened is that I drag it to add filter here, not filter on this page. So any filtering you are working on the total page, that is, you want it to affect everything, you come to filter on this page. So you understand what I'm saying? So now we have our sum of profit by product for Brazil and USA alone, using just add data fitting. So we are getting there. The next thing is average sales by country. Average sales by country. What do we want to use? We want to use our what? Our column chart. I'll click on my column chart. Average sales by country. So same thing, my y-axis and my x-axis, y and x. What did I want in my y-axis? Average sales. You drag your sales to your y-axis. You change it here to average. Then your x-axis, you drag your country to your x-axis. So we have this. So you can see this. So we've done this is all our objectives, which we've created individual charts for it. We've created individual charts for our what's it called? Our objective. So the next thing is, don't forget we have this, which is to get the total sales to get unit sold. We want to bring it in. Total sales and unit sold. How do we bring it in? Total sales and unit sold. That is what we want to try to. So we make it of our DAX expression, though we are still going to treat it. So don't let me bring it in here. Let me use another format here. So in our next class that we are going to treat it, I will click the DAX. So let's use another long method. Now this time around, we have total sales and unit sold, and they are in cards. So what do? You bring in cards. You look for cards. Where's card? You look for card. This is card. You can see this is card. I'll click on my card. Card only displays. It displays, what's it called? It displays anything you want it to bring. It's not in this format. It's in card format. So this is how it looks like. So what do you want to bring in your card? You drag the feed. What do we have here? Total sales. You look for where you have sales. You drag it in. You can see total sales. So I can decide to rename it. How will I rename it? I'll just right click. I'll click on rename for this visual. I'll just press total sales. You can see I've renamed. So this is my card. Which other card do we want to bring? Total unit sold. So I'll come to my card. What am I bringing in? Total what? Unit sold. Where's my unit sold? Unit sold. You drag it in. Total unit sold. I can rename also. Rename for this visual. What do we have? Is it unit sold? Okay, we have unit sold instead of total unit sold. So I want to rename for this visual. Rename. So we have units sold. If we still want to add one more, we can still add any card we want to add. So we can still add any card. Let's say we want to have, which other cards can we have here? Let's say we want to have, I'm just trying to, okay, let's follow, don't worry, don't let's change it. Let's follow this procedure. So you can see with this now, it's more easier than Excel. Unlike Excel, it took us, so many. So this one is actually very, very easy. Okay, get. So now this time around, we are just done with our objectives chart. This time around, we want to create our visuals. So I'll just click on new page. I can rename this new page and say my dashboard. So you need to understand, how do you want your dashboard so you can bring this in? You can bring this in. It's dashboard we want to do now. We've done. So how do you want to bring in your dashboard? You need to understand that. We are following this format. I can decide to change the format though, but I just want you to see the similarities between Excel, and that's what I'm trying to follow this format. So now let's say we want to use this format. We want to arrange it this way. So what will I do? Just come to, you already know how you want your format. You can decide to bring in insert. You can decide, probably you want to, you want to change the themes, the colors, everything. If you want to change the themes or the color of your, what's it called, of your work, you click on, you know, we have this under visualization. So you click on this part. So you can search. You search for color, COLOR. So under color, you look for canvas background. You can see it's for background, or you can even search it background color or BG color. It's not there. So let's just say color. So you can search for color. So under color, we have canvas background. You know, this is your canvas. So the color, this is the color. If I want to change the color, I'll click here to change the color. You can see. So if you scroll down, you can see background. This is the background I'm looking for. Background color. This is for background. This is for border. So after you search for color, you come to your, so what did I want to change? I want to change my background. I can come to my background and say, I want to change my background. Let's look for another inspiration. You know, I told you, you use your Pinterest to look for inspiration for background. So let me just use my Pinterest to check for another inspiration for another color, so that I won't be having exact same thing. So Pinterest can actually help you to, you know, give you, what's it called, samples. Then, okay, we still have it here. So I can just say Power BI dashboard design. You can see here, Power BI dashboard design. It will give us different formats. You can see the different formats we have here. So let's say I want to make use of this, or which one do you want to make use of? Anyone, sure? Anyone you want to make use of? I'm looking for the one that looks similar. The one that looks similar. Okay, let me bring in this. But this one, if you are using this, we'll be bringing in different. Okay, let's check for finance. Let's check for finance. Okay. Which one can we use? Should we use this? I want us to change the design. That's what I'm bringing on. You know, coming here to check something. Okay. Which one can we use? I don't want to use complex ones. So in our next class, we can use complex. So let's say we are using this. Let's use this. So this is the format we want to use. This is our inspiration, where we are bringing our inspiration from. This is the format. Yeah. You can use anyone. You can design anyone you like yourself. I'm just showing you the format I want to make use of. Why is it not showing? Okay, probably I should just download it. So I want to download this so that instead of downloaded. So all these things are just for you to derive inspiration from. That's the reason. You can come up with your own, but to make it easier when you are just starting, it's better you use an inspiration one. So you can just derive inspiration from that, dashboard. Good. So we want to design something like this. It might not be exact because they use another thing here. You can see they use another thing here. I don't want it to be exact. But in our next class, we will do the same thing, but we just want to use inspiration from here. Inspiration, I mean, is the arrangement. We are not using this exact thing. We just want to use inspiration from here. Okay, so, don't worry. Let me use another color. Or should we use this color? It's simple. Okay, no problem. Let's use this color. So they use an ash color for the background. An ash color for the background. So I come here, I click on my ash color for the background. Good. My background, this is the color I'm using for my background. Okay, is it this so ash? Let me check the ash. It's light. It's light. You can use, if it's this, is it this? Background. I'm thinking of the light color they use. That's what I'm trying to. If I check this, okay, I think they use this. So now, after that, we can now start arranging. What's the first thing? Even before that, you can even bring anything. You can use shape to design your own first. Anyhow you want it. But with this that we are following, with this inspiration, they use their charts immediately. So I will drag my first chart. What's my first chart I'm bringing in? sales by product, and top 5 products. I'll drag sales by product. Though we are not done with the formatting, so you can just Control C, copy. You can copy and you paste. We are getting there. You can see we copy and we paste. You can see. Let me change that background. Let me change the background. Is it not that thick? Okay. Okay, let's finish arranging. We'll do the formatting later. So I have sales by product here. So first thing is I want to edit. Normally we should have done that here. Let's do it here, don't worry. Let's do the editing here. Now, some of sales by product. You know, I've done my objective, so I just want to edit. Some of sales by product. I want this heading, I want to edit. So after clicking on your first chart that you want to bring in, you click on this, the second one here. So you can see, you click on the second one here. After clicking on that chart you want to edit. Or let's do it, let's do the editing in our, what's it called? In our dashboard. Let's do the editing here. Let's do the editing here. Normally you are supposed to do one by one before you start bringing everything in. But because I'm just, you know, this is just an explanatory class. So I'll bring it in here. Don't forget, we'll have heading. So we just try to manage. This is our inspiration. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, our own is not different from this. Let's still follow our own. So yeah, what am I having here? Sum of sales by product, yes or no? So I come to this. After clicking on it, you come to this second one to format. Now, visual, we have visual and we have general. General means I want to change the general parts of this side. So if I click on my general, I can rename my title. What did I want there? Sales by product. You can rename your title, sales by product. You can change your heading type. Then you can change the text color. Let's see our inspiration. What color did they use? Okay. You can change the text color. You can change the text color. Look for your own color, anyhow you want it. If I want this, you can click on more colors to look for more inspirations, anyhow you want it. Anyhow you want it. But I'm okay with my, semi-black, a lighter one. So you can come here to change your fonts. You can come here to change your fonts, any font you want. Let's say I want to use semi-bold. Good. You can change your font size here, sales by product. Then after that, you can come here. This is centralized. You click on centralize. You can see what was our inspiration. Okay, did not centralize it in what we are using. So you can leave it here. Leave it this way. Sales by product. So we have this. Then after that, when you are done with that, you can still scroll. What else do you want to do? Text wrap. We don't need this. You scroll down. Effects. You want to change the background. You want to change the background of this. Check out our inspiration. What background did they use? They use pure white. So I'm okay with the white. Transparency means it will become, you want it to be transparent, all those things. But I'm okay with pure white. So just leave it that way. Leave the background in pure white because of the inspiration we are using. Now, data formats. Data format. Now, shadows. We can decide to add shadows to our work. If I click on shadows, you can see this black thing. Though it makes work fine. Like this one, I did not use it here. But you can decide to use your own. That is shadows. It makes your work, I can decide to, okay, what color did I want my shadows to be? I want to use this color. You can see it's still there. Outside, how you want it. Is it bottom right? Is it bottom left? Anyhow you want it, you can leave it that way. Okay, let's leave shadows here. Now, data format. How do you want your data format to be? Sum of sales. What do you want your sum of sales? Format. Is it in currency? You want it to be in currency. If I want it to be in currency, I'll click on currency. You can see what currency do you want? Euro, Naira, and so on and so forth. Let's say we are making use of dollar, United States. I'll click on it. That is for currency, data format. That's how I want it. Now it's asking you, do you want to add decimal places? If you want to add it, you add it. If you don't want to add it, you remove it. You can see this one is in 2 decimal place. If I don't want to add it, if I just click on 0, you can see. So that is, your decimal places. So if I want to add decimal places, I can select it. If I don't want to have it, I can leave it there. So that is about the general. You now come to visual. Visual is now to now edit individually your y-axis. You know where your y-axis is? This is the y-axis, your x. I'll click on my y-axis. I want to format individually. What color did I want? I can leave this font here. This is, when we are talking about visuals, we are talking about this y-axis, what we have here, nano, so. If I want everything to be deep black, let's check our inspiration. What did they use? Okay, faint black, not really black like that. Let's say I want to use this. This one is still cool. If I want to bold it, I can bold. The one we are using, did they bold it? No, they didn't. So let's remove the bold. So I'm okay with this. Like I told you, it's not about the design, but about they being able to explain what you are showing them. So I'm okay with this color. I'm leaving it this way. So scroll down, maximum width. You can increase your width. You can see the width. You can increase, you can leave it back to 25 that it was. So anyhow you want it. So the title also, I don't want title there because I already say sales by product, so they understand. I will remove the title. So the title has been removed for my y-axis. So I'm done editing my y-axis. I'll continue my x-axis. Now my x-axis, what did I want there? I come here to check values. If I want the same values, I want to change it to 8 or anyhow you want it. 9, I'm okay. I want to bold. I want to use the same color for both. Display unit. Do you want it to be in thousands? You want it to be in millions? You want it to be in none? If I want it to be in millions, I'll click on millions. You can see I've clicked on millions. So that is display units. So do I want decimal place? I don't want. I will leave it that way. Then same thing, your title. I don't need a title there. Just check it, off. You can see. So we are getting there. The grid lines, I don't want the grid lines to be there. The green lines are those, you will see one thin lines in between. I don't want it. You remove. I want my what's it called to be so clean. Now bars. Let's say you want to use different colors for bars, but it's not needed. Don't forget our rules. Have you forgotten our rules here? You don't need to be, use consistent formatting and color schemes. You don't need to be using different colors. I just want, the same color for everything. But using our format, which color? We want to use this color. So I'll just click on my color. I want to use a different color that is colors here, sorry. So I'll click on more colors. I want to bring in the same color. This is the color we are trying to bring in, this color. I don't know the what's it called? I don't know the color, but let's start looking for, I think it's this. So you can note the code down in case you want to bring it in next time for others. You can just note the code down. So I've inserted the colors. You don't want the color to be transparent. Click on transparent, you can see it's getting transparent, but I don't want it. Leave it this way. I want it this way. So after that, border, do you want border to be there? Border is the edges. Do you want borders to be there? Like you can see borders. You can see these thin stuff. That's borders. So let's go back there. Borders. Let's go back. Okay. So sorry. Let's where are we? We are X borders. So we've done our data. Another one is where are we, self? I think grid lines. We've done the grid lines. We don't want grid lines. So our bars, that is, we've changed the color. Now, do we want border there in our bars? Border is, you will see those thin lines here, but we don't need it. We remove it. We don't need it. It's those thin lines around the bars. That's the meaning. So when we are done with that, data labels, do you want to label our data? It's always good to label your data so that it will be easier for you to read, so that you can know the accurate. You can see, I've labeled my data. From here, I can easily read. Anybody can read that. This one is Echo Speaker 422, blah, blah, blah. Let's check. Did they label our own? They didn't label this one, but we want to. Okay, they labeled some. So let's label our own also, so that it will be easier for people to read. Based on our rules, you can see. Based on our rules, label axis, label, so that it will be easier for anybody to go through your work and read. So I will check. I will on my labels. So what did I want to labels is there. Position of my labels, did I want it at the edge? Position, is it inside end? If I want it inside end, is okay this way. I love it this way. You put it inside end. The value, I want to change the value. You can reduce the size. Probably I want to 8. The size, I'm okay with 8. You can change anything you want to change here. The colors, everything, anything you want to change. If I want to change my color to pure white, is there, pure white. So with this display unit, how do you want it to be displayed? You want it to be none, that it will write everything in total, in full. I can decide to leave it this way so that it can be accurate. That's the best thing. So value decimal place, I don't want decimal place. Do I want is already there automatically, though it's in auto. So with this, we are good to go. So I have edited my my x-axis and my y-axis myself. If I want color for background, I don't need it. So with this, I've edited my work. So you can see now. Another thing is there's a part called the corner side. So if I scroll down and I check my, sorry, I don't want ribbons. So on my general, you can see, if I click on effects, on my shadows, you can see, before your shadows, you have visual borders. So inside these visual borders, that is where you check it. Visual borders is this border. You can see this border, this line. You can see this dot line that is there. That is because I check borders. That's why you can see this black line around it. But I don't want this. I don't want that color. So I'll come to my general. General means the general part of this your shape. So I'll come to my border and same thing in my effects, visual borders. I want it, but I don't want that deep black. I want a different color. I'll click on it. What is the color I want? What's the color of this thing? It's white. I think it's white we use. Then this is your rounded corner. You now check. We are using this same one. Did they use rounded corner? Yeah, I think they did not use it. But me, I decided to use rounded corner. See the rounded corner. You can see. It's so fine. You can see the way everything is round. That is rounded corner. So we are getting there. Now you might feel tired that, oh, am I going to be doing the same editing for others? No. So far you've done one. It will be easier for you to do others. So what you are then just going to do is that, let's say I want to bring in, this is my first one. What's the next one? My next one is, what's my next thing I'm bringing in? My next one is what? Top 5 products by profits. I can decide to edit this. Okay, how many are we having? We can change it so that it can contain it. Top 5 products by what? The top 5 products, where are they? Top 5 products by profits. Okay, top 5 products by profit. This is it. So you just copy and you paste. You paste. So you edit. Okay, I want the shapes to, everything should follow the same pattern. The sizes can be the same. Do you understand? The sizes, you can make your sizes to be the same. So now I want this. Okay, it's okay this way. Let's see. I'm using my mouse to drag. So I don't want, okay, it's okay this way. So now you can, instead of me repeating the same editing for this one also, what will I do? I will use a very simple thing called Format Painter. You click on this, the one you've edited, you click on it. You now click on this, you can see this painter. I'll click on it and I'll come here and I'll press my left click. What happened? It changes everything. Instead of you repeating it again over and over and again. So you can see it here. Everything has been formatted. You can only just edit little. So you can see the borders are here. Everything are aligned all together. So the only thing you are just going to change here is what? The only thing you'll be changing here is the heading. I'll come to my general title. I want this one to be what? Top 5 products, or let's say top 5 profitable products. Okay, top 5 products by profit. Top 5 products by profits. Enter. That's the only thing I'm just changing here. Every other format is same thing. Every other format is same thing because I've formatted Painter. So that is just it. You can see every other format is same thing. So this one is accurate. You can proceed. You are getting there. The next one is what? Is segment by average sales. Segment by average sales. Now this one is not the same color. Segment by average sales. This is it. Copy, Control C, you come here, then you paste. So based on what we are following is in the middle, is at the middle. Okay. So now this time around, you know, this one is different from what this one. These ones are bars, this one are circle. So you come to your visuals here, format visuals here. General first, title. What's my title? What's the title I want? Or let's do it this way so that it will reduce stress. Use format printouts for this. Then you just change some few things. Clicking on it, it will only change few things. But don't worry, let's follow the stress. Sorry. That won't be, you know, they are different. This one is circle. So let's just follow. Let's go through the stress. Don't worry. You click on your format visuals, general first. Title. What's the title I'm making use of? The title I'm making use of is what? Segment by average sales or average sales by segment. Average sales. You type it. You type it here. Average sales by segments. So you can decide what parts do you want. Okay, I want semi-bold, this one. I want this. 12, size 12 is what I'm using. Do you want to bold it or you want to leave it that way? I want to bold it. The color I'm using, which color are we using? I think we use this color. I think it was this color we were using. Good. So I want it in other format. I want it this way. The next thing, text wrap, I don't need it because I don't need text wrap. Effects. The background, I'm okay with. Do you want transparency? No. Check your visual border so that you can use rounded corner. So rounded corner. Let me check the rounded corner I use for this. You just click on this. Rounded corner I use for this is 8. So you click back. White, my border. You can just put 8. Enter. So we are getting there. Rounded corner 8. Shadow. Do we want shadow? Yes. Check shadow. You click on it. We want shadow. Data format. What format do we want for our data? Segments. What format do we want? Let's say for average sales. What format did I want? Is it currency? I want it in currency. Are we using currency or we just want percentage? Anyhow you want it. So if I say, okay, currency. If I click on currency, you will see to bring out the currency there. That's what I'm using. So, and if it's percentage format you want, you just click on percentage. It will just turn it to percentage, but I don't need percentage format. Just uncheck it because it has already told me. It told me that 4% are enterprise. So I don't need that. So after that, you come to your visual. Now legend. Legend is all these things and the colors, the different colors. You know, there are different colors. So based on our, what is it called? We are using this color, this one. That's what we are using. Based on this, we are using this color. You know, this is what we are, the design we are following. So we are using this color, this, and this. So that's what we are using. So let's go. So based on our colors, on our legend, center right, do we want this to be in center right? Or you want it under? Anyhow you want it. You can want it top left. You can see it on top left. You can want it top center. You can see it on top center. You can want it anyhow you want it. If it is bottom left, bottom center, anyhow you want it, depending, is your choice. Is your choice, anyhow you want it. Because this one is big. I can decide to just have it at, let's say, okay, center right. I don't want center right. I want it at bottom center. You can see bottom center. It's okay. Anyhow you want, is your choice. So that is, now the text, that is the text here in the legend. I can decide to use 9, I can decide to use 10, anyhow you want it. The text in this legend, that's the text, this text here. Do you want it to be bold? Anyhow you want it. I don't want it to be bold. I want it to be this way. Anyhow, the colors you want for it. I don't want it to be too bold. I want it this way. It's okay this way. Now, the next thing is your title. The title here that is saying segments. So just leave it that way. You don't need to stress yourself. Now, the slices, so that we can change the colors. We want to change this color using this format, these 3 colors. That's what we are bringing in. So the first color, I think we use this. Good. The first color is this. The next one is what? Is this second look a little bit ash? Is it here? If it's not here, you can come to more colors and check it anyhow you want it. Is it this? Check. Is it this? No, it's more lighter than this. Good. I think it's this. So second one. The third one is what? Is little ash. That one is here. I think is more lighter. Let's check this. Good. So now you can see we are getting there. So we are done with our slices. The title. Do you want the title? Yes. Segment, single text. This title here of this. You want it, just leave it that way. Details label. Leave it. Detail. Now the details label. You can decide what labels do you want. Do you only want it to show percentage? I don't want it to show figures. I only want percent of total. I'll click on percent of total. This is how it's supposed to look like. You can see percent of total, 34%, so that you will be able to tell them that, okay, average sales by segment. It means the highest one, which is what? 34, which means it's easier to read and say enterprise has 34% or field 34% has the highest average sales based on the average sales. Unlike you saying the figures. Because don't forget, pie charts and pie charts and donut charts, they are used for what? For composition. They are used for what? Composition, part to whole. So it's better you use percentage. So you come to your values. I can increase my text on my values so that it will be more bold. The values are all this percentage. I bold it. Let me see what they use here. Okay, yeah, I bold it. I can decide to what color I want to use. Okay, let me leave this color. I think this color is still cool. It's still cool. Display units, we're already done with that. You don't need that. So with this now, you see we are good to go. We are getting there. And then after that, what's the next thing? Our profits, product by profits in USA and Brazil. Products by profits in USA, profits by products, same thing, Control C, dashboard, then we paste. We are getting there. So this time around, we don't need to stress ourselves. We'll just use our format painter. So though this one also, let me remove. I don't want it to, I want space there. A little space. A little space. So I want a little space so that we can good. I don't want it to reach the wall. So we have this. So we can drag our work a little space in between. So this one is long. So we can even arrange this thing so that we can have this one downward and others can arrange for 1, 2, 3, 4. But anyhow we want it, anyhow we want, you can have it 1, 2, 3. But I just want to follow this one. So don't let. I want to follow this one that we're following. So now profit by product. We have this here. So same format. You just come here. You click on this paint, this brush. You click on it. Then you come back here. You click on it. You left click on it. So automatically it will give you that symbol. But you can see all these things are not showing because this place is small. So let's increase it. Let's give it more space. Okay, I think it's okay this way. Let me reduce this a little bit, so that we can have it. It must be aligned and consistent. It must be aligned and consistent. We are getting there. You can see automatically. We don't need to stress ourselves to be formatting again. So if I scroll down, you will see this line that shows. This red line, it shows that it is aligned together. Unlike Excel, that won't show. You won't know whether it's straight. So with this, you can see this is getting there. We are getting there. The next one is what? Average sales by account. Okay, now let's rename. Let's do our renaming because this one is profits, product by profit in USA and Brazil, or profits by product in USA. So let's change it. general title, want to rename the title, remove this and write product or profits, and how you want to put it, profit by products in USA, or we can just put USA and Brazil in brackets. It will be, they will understand it, USA and Brazil. So with this, it will be easier. They will easily understand this. You can see. So we are getting there. We are getting there. The next one, which is the last one, is what? Average sales by country. This is it. Average sales by country. Control C. Then V. Now, let's say, for example, I want to use trend line here. You know, I can't use trend line for this. Yes or no? I only use trend line if I'm having dates. But let's say I want to use my trend line here, and I want to use dates instead of country. So what will I do? Okay, I don't want this thing to touch now. So we drag so that they can see the borders very well. We drag down a little bit. So instead of country, let's say I don't want country, I want to see the average sales in dates. I'll just remove this and put dates. And that this time around, I will use trend line. So I just want to put my dates. So you can see my date here. If I drag my date to x-axis, it's asking me what part did I want. I only want to see, if I only want to see year alone, I will remove quarter, I will remove month, I will remove day. I just want to see year alone. So you can see the dates we have here. So we are using dates. We want to know the average sales. If I don't want average sales, probably I want to know how the sales instead of average, let's say sum, the sum of sales. So we just want to have sales by year. So and I want to use trend line. This is my trend line. I just click on my line chart. You can see my line chart. It's easier for me to see that it increases in 2020, increases again. Why it decreases in 2022, increases and decreases down in 2024. It's easier to explain this. You can see. So this is where we use trend line. So I just want to change this now. I want to use trend line here. I'm using year and sales. So let's use this format so I won't be stressing ourselves editing again. I'll just list it here. Then I'll just do the normal free editing. Or let's just do the full editing ourselves. Let's do the full editing ourselves. So same thing, I come to my visualization. I come to my format, general first. The title, what title am I using? That is sales. What can we use? Sales by year. Total sales by year or sales by year. Total sales by year. So this is time series. You know, it is year, time series. So we make it of trend line. Total sales by year. We are using 12. We are using semi-bold. We are using semi-bold. Good. We are using semi-bold. We are bolding it. What color are we using? We used, which color did we use? I think we used this color. Is it this color? No. Is it this color? I think it's this color we use. Good. We are getting there. We want it to the side. Text wrap, leave it. Spacing, leave it. Now effects. Don't forget your effects. Background. We are using white background. Then after that, on your visual borders, change it to white. That is your background. Rounded corner, we use 8. You can see everything is following the same pattern. Yeah, 8 is okay. We are using 8, and we are using shadows on your shadows down. Which other thing? Data format is okay. I'm not formatting anything. I'm okay with this way. I just want to format the sum of sales. I want to format, you change it to sum of sales so that they can see the sum of sales. I want to format my sum of sales here. What do I want in my sum of sales? I want it to be in currency. Shikena. This one is not in currency. Okay, let's this one should be in currency so that they can see sales made in that currency. Now I want it to be in currency. I'm okay this way. Okay. After that, what else? We are done with this data format. We come to our visuals. X-axis, your x-axis, x-axis. What do we want? Continuous. Is okay. Continuous is okay. So don't touch your x-axis. Just leave it that way. You can only, let's say you want to just change the colors. You want to change the colors, anything. I want 8. 8 is cool by me. Or let's leave it by 9. Do you want to bold it? No, others are not bold. Change the color. I'm using this color. Okay, I'm okay here. Now display unit is okay this way. You don't need to stress yourself on your date display unit. You don't need that one. Title, remove the title. You already know 2020, 2022, 2024 is here. Sorry, are you guys still, are you still with me? Rokibat Bidun, are you here? Rokibat Bidun, are you here?
Yes,
Okay. It's all right. So now, let's continue. So we've changed that. So in our visuals, we don't want title, we've unchecked that. So we are done with x-axis. The next one is our y-axis, this part. So what did I want in my y-axis? I come to my values, I change the colors. I'm using this color. Yes, I'm okay here. Display units, what did I want? Do I want it in millions? Let's see how millions will look like. Millions, should we leave it in millions, 400 million, $1,000 million? If it's in billions, it will be bringing 0.4 billion. No, let's have it in, if I say none, it will be in this part. Let's leave it in millions. Millions is okay. $800 million, so it's okay this way. So now, title, I don't want title. Remove it. I already said total sales by year, so they know that this is total sales and this is year. So then after that, what else? Secondary y-axis. This is my secondary y-axis here. So if you check it now, you will see your secondary y-axis. This is your secondary y-axis. So if you can see, it's not there. This one now is your secondary y-axis. So that's why you can't see it that way. Now, grid lines. I don't want my grid lines. Remove it. I don't want my grid lines. I want it to be pure white. Grid lines, I want to remove all my grid lines. Remove the vertical also. I don't want my grid lines. Now, the lines. I want to change the color of the line so that it can be the same color. So you can see different type line style. This is dashed. This is dotted. You can see this is solid. I'm using solid. Now, join type. Do I want it in bevel? This is how bevel looks like. So I want it in round. Leave round. I'm okay that way. So interpolation type, we have smooth, we have linear. This is linear. Linear is okay by me. So I want to change the color. Our color that we are using. This is the color I'm changing it to. I don't want transparency. I'm okay that way. Now, markers means it will display where it is 2020, where those things are. It will mark it. So that it will easily, anybody that is going through your work will see it. So if I click on my markers now, show for all categories. If I click on show for, you can see. It shows there's 2019 is here. So you understand? 2019 is here, but it's not showing. It started from 2019. Don't worry, we are going to recheck it so that it can display 2019. It's because of the spaces. That's why it's not showing. We have 2020 here, we have 2021 here, but it's only showing 2020, 2022, 2024. So I'm okay here. 5 points is okay. So I can have it this way. Colors, leave it. Border. You can just leave the border. Let's label the data like this. You know what we are following. You label this data. So let's label the data. We are labeling the data. It's okay this way. Label the data. Do we want series label? This is series label. We don't need that. Data labels. So we just want data labels. It's okay this way. So what other thing we want to check? Our title, our values, everything is accurate. So now we are good to go. We are good to go now. You can see. Good. We can decide to use area chart. This is area chart. You can decide to use area chart. You can see area chart. You can decide to, I think I love this area chart. You can decide to use area charts. So you can see. So it shows that 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and last part, which is 2025. So now let me just check if I will be able to, on my x-axis, continuous, categorical. Continuous is what I want. Invert range, values. Okay. You know what? Let's just leave it this way. It's easier this way. It's easier. If I say categorical, this is categorical. Categorical will bring everything like this out. But if I say continuous, it will only just show you the normal continuous part. So this is categorical. So let's leave it in categorical. And let's bold it a little bit so that you can see it. So now with this, we are good to go. Can you see? We're almost there. We are almost there. So now the next thing is now we having our what? Our headings. This heading, Rokivat Limited Financial Dashboard. So that is what we want to bring in now. What do we do in bringing that? The first thing you do is what? You insert your shapes. Where's my Power BI? So you can see the next thing is now we bringing in our headings. So I'll click on insert. I'll bring in my shapes first. Where's my shapes? These are my shapes. You can see my shapes. So if I want to bring a rectangle or this format, anyone you want. Anyone you want. So I'll click on it. I can. So it's automatically there. Anyone you want. Let's see the one we are using. What did they use? They did not use anything. They just write it there. Okay. But we want to bring it in. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. Okay. Or probably I should just use. Let me just use rectangle JJ and JJ. Let me just use rectangle JJ and JJ so that it can fit in rectangle straight up. Cool. So let me delete this and bring in rectangle. That's still okay. So with rectangle now, at least it will be easier. Yeah. So now, when you click on this, you can change your color, general. You can see general effects, background color. You click on background color. What color did I want to use? I'm using, what color should I use? What color did they use? Yeah, let's see. They use ash. They use this. Oh, it's not bringing color. Sorry. Just search to make it easier because all these shapes, they are funny. So just search color. So color, search color, you can see few color, good. So when you search color, you will see few color. So for my few color, I can change. What did I want? Let me see this ash. No, this is not the ash. I don't like this ash. Let's see this one. Okay, I think this one is still okay. It's blending with my color. Or if I use this, okay, I can still use it. I think I love this one. Rocky Bat. Between this one, Rocky Bat, are you there? Between this one, because it's your data set we are creating, and this one, which one will you prefer?
First one.
The first one.
Yes, sir.
This one. Okay. So we've done our few color. Make sure you off your border so that it won't be having, so that your border won't be there. You understand? Or let's see what they use here. Borders. Okay. Let's leave it this way. So I think we filled our color. Every other thing you leave it back there. Okay, we are getting there. The next thing now is we bring in our text in. We want to write our text. Or, okay, our logo. Let's bring in a logo. So insert, if I want to bring pictures now, you can see we have pictures here. This is picture, add an image. So if I click on add an image now, it will take me to where I have, so go to where I have image. So where did I have image? I think, where did you pick that image? Okay, I think this is it. I can just bring in this image. You can see the image. So this is the image. I can bring it in here. I can bring it in here, but it's not that clear. So we won't change this background like this. Okay, let's just leave it, sir. Next time I'm going to use, or let me try and download the one that is white. Let's just say financial logo. So to give us different logo. Financials logo, okay. Let's use this. That color is deep. We need a logo that is white. Financials logo. I need the white one that will show very well on it. Okay. Financial personal logo. You need white. Okay, I'll just say white. Good. Ah, this one is bold. Okay, we can use it. I think I like this. I love this. So just download. Don't forget I told you remove background also. After downloading, how do you remove background? Just say remove.bg. I want to remove the background. We're getting there. We're almost done. Downloads. Okay. Remove background. I think I'm loving this design. Yeah, good. Just download free, download it. Let's go back to our dashboard. So let's bring in our image under download. This is it. Cool. Coming. Yeah, I think I love this. Yeah. Good. I think I'm loving this. Let me. It's big. Okay. This thing is big. Let's edit it. Let's edit it. This is the one we brought in. So just edit. So you edit and you reshape it. Oh, not yet. Just right click. Then open with photos. When you open with photos, it will be easier. So you can just crop. Use this format to crop. I only want the logo parts so that I won't be stressing myself. Good. All these things I'm doing, they are just normal creativity. So if you are not creative enough, you might not get all these things. So it's just you to be creative. When you are creative, it will really help you. So let me delete this and bring in the one I edited. Image. Hey, is it this? Okay, good. Yes. You can see the difference. Good. Okay. Yeah. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Good. You can see it's more different than the one we did here. So now we have this. The next thing is to write in what we want. Don't forget we still have card to bring, So, but let's do one by one. So what are we writing? Rokibat Financials. What is it? Rokibat, let's say Rokibat Limited Financial Dashboard. So to now bring in text, to write text, you come to this is text. You can see text. This is text format. You can see this text. This is it. You click on this one that has alphabet. So what are we typing? You type in Rokibat PLC Financial Dashboard. Or let's say sales dashboard. Sales dashboard. Yeah. So after writing, you now right click on it or you control A. So you now start editing. What did I want? I want bold. I want it to be so bold. You can increase the size 28 so that when you tabulate, you can increase the size to 28 so that when you tabulate, is this one? I think this is cool. This is okay. Yeah. Now this time around, I don't want background, but you are done editing. When you are done editing, just save it. Is it bold enough? Good. So when you're done editing, you just come out, we are here. So the next thing you do is we want to remove the background, but you can't remove the background like this. So what do? You come to, is either you come to your background, you remove the background here. You can see I've removed the background here. That is it. Then you cannot decide on the color you want, the color, the visual border, and but you don't need it. You don't need all those ones. You don't need all those ones. So this time around, so okay, you come here to pick your color. We are using white. White should be cool. Yeah, good. So you can see. Whew. Yeah, I think I'm loving this dashboard. Yeah. Okay. So after this now, the next thing is that we have two cards that we did not bring, that we are yet to bring in. So these are the two cards. Where is it? These two cards. So you just Control C, dashboard, paste. I want to put it sideways. So what happened here? Akiba PLC dashboard. Okay, dashboard. Good. So I want this to be sideways in this part. So what do we do? You can see the cards. Total sales, yeah. Anything you edit here, it will be easier for you to repeat it in the next one. So let's just say total sales is having 4.84 billion. I want you to spell it in bold. I can allow you to spell it in bold anyhow I want it. Let me see this one. How do we have this? It's in bold. We want it to spell everything out. So which means I'm going to reduce this one. So let's say like 24. Good. Let's reduce it to 24 so that it won't take up. Good. So that this can be bold enough here. So let's edit. So general first. Do I want title? If I'll be aligning title, that means I'll need to erase this total sales that is showing. But let's see if I want title. This is what my title will be having. I don't want title. I want total. It's already stated total sales. So let me just leave it that way first. Effects, background. What background am I using? Did I want background there? Let's see what they use here. Let me see. If we use background, should we use background? Yeah, let's use background, but let's change the color. Let's make it this way. Let's see. Nah. Or should I not use background? Let me see if I remove background and I change the color to white. Okay. Let's use background. Okay. So using the background, we use our pure white. Pure white is okay. No problem. Yeah. So visual border. Check it. Background white. 8. Let's see how 8 looks like. Let me increase it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Scroll down. Width is okay. Shadows. Do we want shadows there? No, we don't need shadows there. So now data format. This data format is what I want to edit now. Format. Do I want it in whole number currency? I want it in currency. This is what I'm saying. 4.84 billion. 4.84 billion. So I want it that way. Good. So let's come to my visuals. Color value. My color value is too big. I want to reduce it. Color value is too big. Let's reduce it to like 30. Let's see how 30 looks like. 30. 30. Good. Let me use semi-bold. Let's see how it looks like. Semi-bold. Is it okay this way or the previous one? Dim. Let's leave it dim. Dim is okay. Color. What color should I use? Let me use this color. This color is fine. Now display units. I don't want it to display. I want it to be full. No. I don't want it to display. I want it to be full so that they can see. But it's too huge. Decimal place is just 2 decimal places. Okay, 2. Good. We call it out this way. Let's see. so that they can see they can spell out the figures themselves. Let's leave it this way. So now, category label, which is the second label, that total sales is a category label. So if I bold, good, total sales, bold it. What can I use? Let me increase and see 17, total sales 17, bold. Yep. Good. Then, okay. Let's go out to general and see where we're having our effects. Sorry, we're almost done. I just want to see this to be perfect. I'm thinking of that rounded corner. We paste it. We paste it here. So it reduces our stress because we've already done it here. So let me just drag this sideways. This one also. So I'll just click here, my painter under home tab, my brush. I'll click here. So it will change. Good. Yeah. So let me involve separator so that they will know the difference. Category label is okay. Okay, color value, display units. If I say is in none, text wrap, source spacing. Okay, let's see. Data formats, unit sold, formats, currency. Hey, sorry. This one is in O number. You know, it's in O number. So we don't need currency, it's in O number. Sorry. And we don't need decimal place. We don't need decimal places here. We don't need decimal places here. So we'll go back to our visuals under our category label. We don't need decimal place. We don't need decimal place here. We don't need decimal place here. Good. So now, with this, I believe we are good to go. Yes. So now, if the difference between all this is that so that you cannot know it is interactive. It is interactive in terms of if I click on any of this. Now, this thing you are seeing that when I click here is bringing an information that says product and sum of profit. I can decide to bring in another information. We make use of tooltip, but we are still going to get it. But this time around, you can see we've created a dashboard. Make sure you save. We did not save since morning, and it's very bad. Where am I saving into? You save, more options. You want to save inside my where? You click on browse this device. Save your work. Always save your work immediately so that you won't cry. Where am I saving as? I want to save inside my documents, data analysis class, my data analysis training presentation, and we have it as Power BI class. Power BI class. Good. So now you can see, I believe you love this. You see how it looks like. So let's still drag it together. It's beautiful. This is lovely. I love this. Listen, I'm enjoying this. Rokiba, do you like this, your dashboard? Eh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I want to change this color here. I don't like this one. It's too deep. Let's change it. I want to change the color. General, visual, secondary y-axis, grid lines, shade areas. Good. Shade areas. So here the color. Let's see. Matching color. No, it's too deep. Let me change the color. It's not letting me to. It's matching. I don't want to match line colors. Let me see this one. Okay. No. I'm trying to change the color here. Let's see how this. I think this is too cool. But let me see this one they use. Yeah, this is what they use. So It's cool. Yeah, I think I'm loving this dashboard. So I want to show you that it is interactive now. So if I come here to say, if I'm clicking on, let's say I just want to display nano table alone, or I want to display for government. I want to show government part alone. If I click on government, everything here will change. You can see. Because I click on what? Government. If I click back, everything will be back. So which means if I click on this part, which is enterprise, I'll be able to see information on enterprise. You can see that is why it is interactive. Clicking on enterprise, it shows me the total sales made in enterprise. This is the total sales made in enterprise. Units sold in enterprise, details of enterprise, that is profit by products in USA and Brazil for enterprise. This is the information. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. So this is total sales made in enterprise. This is how the trend line looks like. If I click on, you use your shift key to click back. You just click on that box. So if I click on for channel, you can see channel. Now you can see channel own shows increase, decrease, so everything will change. So if I click back here, everything will be back to normal. So that is how interactive this dashboard is. That is dashboard interaction. So we are done creating an interactive dashboard. So we are done creating an interactive dashboard. So we are done creating an interactive dashboard. So with this, you can see it's lovely, it's easy to read. Anybody can see this and understand what we are trying to say. They know what this is all about. So when you're now done, so that you can have the pictures, you can just come here, you click on your screen snip, the way I explain your screen snip to you. Your screen snip, why is it not displaying? Okay. Your screen snip here, so that you can screenshot. Then what do? And so that you won't stress yourself, you can screenshot everything and start cropping later. After clicking, it will bring up the notification. This is the notification, you click on it. So after clicking, it will bring this stuff. Then, hey, it's displaying something here, and I don't want it to display anything. It's displaying something here. So let's bring it back again. Screen snip. Good. Screen snip. Or let me just, if I just screenshot full screen snip. Full screen snip, I can edit later. So I click on this to edit, and I crop before saving, crop. So that I can have my work. Yeah. It may save. I'll post. You guys should post this on your image. I'll send to you. You can post it when you do your own. Also, you post it. So I'll give you your assignments. Yeah, I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Yeah. Because if I ask you to submit your assignment, you won't be submitting for me. You won't be submitting, what's it called? The whole Power BI. No, that's not what you'll be submitting for me. You'll be submitting the image. That's what I want to see. With that, I'll be able to understand what you're trying to do there. Power BI. Save. So we have it in image. So I can drop it for you guys to see. Is there any question? Is there any question? So with this, we've come to the end of today's class, not the end of Power BI. So in our next class, we'll be treating others. So we're almost done with Power BI. Like I told you, we should be done this week. Stop at 1 hour plus. Hey, and you people will be asking.